The Western history of advertising. Advertising started at 3000 BC, wherein the Babylonian merchants were hiring barkers to shout out for products and services to the passerby. It was in 79 AD when Norman scratched messages into the city's stucco walls or wrote them in charcoal. These ads were discovered in the ruins of Pompeii. In 1472, William Caxton was the one who made the first English printed advertisement in the form of a handbill. In 1625, the first newsbook carrying ads was printed in England and was called the News Weekly. The branding of product was developed with dentifrice tooth gel in 1661. In 1760s, Josiah Wedgwood, the father of the Wedgwood brand of pottery and chinaware, also called the father of the modern brand, used the first royal endorsements and other marketing devices. It was in New York in 1835 when Giant Bell's office printed posters for the circus. It was the first large American outdoor poster, more than 50 square feet. In 1841, the first advertising agency was invented when Bonnie B. Palmer thought that merchants must have more ways to reach the consumers aside from the regular newspaper that they are reading. In 1873, it is said that when Jules Verne wrote Around the World in 80 Days, shipping firms competed to be mentioned in the book. This was the first ever product placement. The first celebrity endorsement with celebrity preferring the product appeared in 1905 when silent movie miscreant Fatty Arbuckle offered conclusive proof that Morat cigarettes are the preference of men of cultivated taste. In 1914, the Federal Trade Commission or FTC was established. Its work is to regulate advertising due to some of it were false, exaggerated, and misled. The first commercial radio station, KDKA,
This is KDKA,
made its debut on November 2, 1920. 2 years later, WEAF of New York, also a commercial radio station, was established and credited with airing the first paid radio commercial. It cost $50 for a 10-minute spot. In 1941, the first TV commercial, the first legal one at any rate, aired in the US on July 1. It was a shaky 10-second spot for Volova.
America runs on Bulova time.
The very first infomercial was for the Vitamix in 1949. In 1952, Eisenhower Answers America was the first political SPAD ad campaign broadcast on television. This research clarifies, amends, and expands the accounts of this important first in televised politics. In 1981, the MTV launched the Advertising Music Artist 24/7 in August 1. In 1984, Apple introduced the Apple Macintosh personal computer. In 2005, writer Ted Friedman said the commercial had a then unheard-of production budget of $900. It was in 1997 where cartoon character Joe Camel was banned due to the complaints of the anti-smoking activists, public health specialists, politicians, bureaucrats, and editorialists that he promotes underage smoking. The most expensive ad campaign was purchased by Pepsi in 2001. The 90-second ad with Britney Spears cost $7.53 million. In 2006, the YouTube launched as we see the birth of video advertising, including in-video ads, participatory video ads, pre-roll ads, and more.
Here's the present of Western advertising. According to Interactive Advertising Bureau, Internet advertising revenues jumped 33% in the third quarter of 2006 compared to 2005, totaling $4 billion. The production of advertising has inevitably been altered by computers. Computer graphics, morphing, and other special effects are now common in national retail television advertising. Among this new breed of online advertising are the following: interstitial ads, pop-outs, extramercials, insermercials, targeted keyword buys, shortcalls, and advert games. Billboard advertisements are designed to catch a person's attention and create a memorable impression very quickly, leaving the reader thinking about the advertisement after they have driven past it. The video advertising is one of the fastest growing opportunities online today, as well as one of the most promising online advertising formats. A television advertisement or television commercial is a span of television programming produced and paid for by an organization, which conveys a message typically to market a product or service. Music in advertising refers to music integrated in mass electronic media advertisements in order to enhance its success. Music in advertising affects the way viewers perceive the brand by different means and on different levels. Music can serve the overall promotional goals in one or more of several capacities.
Let's take a look into the future. When it comes to measuring the success in advertising, it's often about visibility, where it was shown, who shared them, and more. With augmented reality, Brands get the opportunity to unexpectedly integrate the digital world with the real world, which appeals to younger tech lovers who are usually skeptical of traditional advertising. Some of the brands that have experimented with augmented reality are Disney Parks, Starbucks, and car company Volkswagen. The future of advertising is just about inventions, but also innovation of techniques. The crystal ball method uses a predicative behavior analysis. With this method, online ads like the ones you see on Facebook can be based on your recent searches or activity online. Let's not forget about the power of apps. SlideJoy is a newly developed app that pays consumers for looking at ads on their phones. If you slide to the right, then you unlock your phone and get taken to your home screen. If you slide to the left, then you engage with that ad and get taken to see more information about that ad. The money can be cashed out via PayPal, donated to charities, or put towards gift cards. That pretty much sums up the Western advertising.
Flying back to the Philippine history of advertising. In 1824 to 1833, Registro Mercantil de Manila was the first newspaper publication that advertised local products of their papers or published current prices of commodities. In 1847, La Esperanza was the first to feature box announcements including auctions, lost and found cases, arrivals, and departures of ships. In 1869, El Comercial Box Notice was made feature ads with a full illustration. During 1859 to 1860, La Ilustración Filipina began to feature illustrated advertisements where ads were simple vignettes of products. During 1900s, the first radio broadcast aired. In 1920, formal advertising began. There used to be one-man advertising, women paying contacts with advertisers, writes advertising copy, presents layouts and works, and delivered to publication. And also, there was a spaceman or a space broker who will. Solicitors whom newspaper hired to sell space to clients, prepared their own layout, copy, and artworks, seeks to fulfill quota, and serve the personal taste of their own clients. Manuel Buenaventura is the first Filipino advertising man. Television was introduced in the Philippines in 1953 and used foreign TV ads until 1960. DZAQ-TV began commercial television on October 23, 1953, the first fully licensed commercial television station in the country. The first TV commercial in the country was Tide. During the reign of Marcos, the advertising industry has suffered. Major TV, radio, and even publishing companies in the country were forced to close down to prevent broadcasting rebellious propaganda. In 1990s, radio has leveled up into digital and satellite age.
Advertising in the Philippines today. Online advertising is one of the most powerful advertising mediums available in the Philippines today, and yet it is also one of the easiest and least costly to use. Philippine online advertising market has shown a tremendous growth during the last few years. The market has grown a CAGR of 43.4% during 2009 to 2013. This is mainly an account of the increasing popularity of social media in the Philippines. In the Philippines, advertising is self-regulated by individual broadcasters. The Association of Broadcasters of the Philippines, a self-regulatory organization representing most television and radio broadcasters in the country, limit advertising to 18 minutes per hour, a move taken to help promote public interest.
An advertising market in Philippines is still in a developing stage as compared to other markets at the global level. The agencies will concentrate more on the ad campaigns developed by them so as to increase the engagement level for the targeted audience. The number of people having net connectivity and staying online will increase exponentially as the reach of internet will increase in the coming years.